And we'll get a look at this team's superstar running back. He comes into this one second in the league in rushing with an eye on becoming #1. Hope you're all ready for this one. And it comes
your way time
next
for football
on Madden Football.
As we welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico, along with Greg Olson, partner. This should be a good one here in the month of October. We've got a couple of teams playing good football to get this season going.
And all offseason, Mike, coaches and teams, they talk about the importance of starting the season strong. And here in this matchup for early in the year, we have our first look at two teams that have started off strong. They're playing winning football. They're starting to really understand what their identity is as a team. And for this stage of the season, this is one of the better matchups we've seen so far, and it's going to...
Here's Joshua Carney ready to get this one started. And off we go here on EA Sports. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Houston offense heading out to the field for the first time. Led by their man at quarterback out of the University of Florida, it's Anthony Richardson.
Really solid all-around performance last week, Mike, and I think the biggest factor that led to the win is his ability to continue to protect the football. He executed the offense, ran it exactly how they designed all week in practice. Now, it might not have been earth-shattering performance statistically, but they got the win. If he can continue to play that style of ball, it's going to be a tough group to match up with.
A peek at his receiving numbers from a week ago, part of the offensive performance that led them to victory. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. Short pass taken in by the tight end. 3rd down, 3 to go. From the gun, Richardson. Open man, left side, he's got it. A pickup of 12 yards. 1st down for Houston.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Off the play fake, it's Richardson. And that one just kept getting worse and worse until finally they bring him down.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Richardson. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Throwing is Richardson. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. This crowd ready in anticipation, their offense taking the field for the first time. They'll be led out by a young man who's making a name for himself, their rookie quarterback.
I think when you go back and watch the film for last week, Mike, he just looked indecisive. He didn't look like he was very comfortable operating within this system, and it led to a combination of poor throws and, frankly, a lot of bad decisions. I think he needs to stop just locking in on one guy, let the offense unfold, trust what the play caller and the game plan have established. I think if he can just operate the offense and not feel like it's all on his shoulders to create everything, I think it'll allow him to just take a little bit of a deep breath, let the game come to him, and have a lot more success than he did last week.
Crazy. And he'll get about 5. With that, why don't we give you a look at his numbers on the ground in last week's game. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. 3rd and 5. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
They'll run with the 2nd-round pick in the April draft. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. A handoff as they try to run it here. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap. And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The visitors' offense and Anthony Richardson getting ready for their next drive. He's putting together a very strong first half of the season. Currently the NFL leader in touchdown passes. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. On 2nd down, Richardson. Quick throw here is complete. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. 3rd and a yard. They'll go play action. It's Richardson. Taking off. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And the defense has it.
So the biggest thing that stands out here, Mike, is the fact that the defense just continues to pursue to the ball. Every defense focuses on get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible, because if the guy in front of you, he misses the tackle or he falls down, you have to be there to make up for it. And the pursuit to the ball is not only how they're able to get him down, it's ultimately how they're able to take the ball away.
Here's 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. That one taken in by Douglas. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll turn and hand this one off. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, his offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass, unmask the defense, and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another first down. Tight end going in motion here. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. His throw on first down is going to be incomplete.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
He's able to get away for one man, but those reinforcements, they got there quick. Take him down behind the line.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And his guys, on the strength of 2 field goals, take a 6-0 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field. The deficit, 6 points. A touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Richardson. Throwing right. It's taken in. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. They'll come up here. 1st and 10. Quick throw, taken in.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield. So that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions, or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game.
On 1st and 10, here's Richardson. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. Putting the tight end in motion. A 2nd down throw for Richardson. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Throwing, Richardson. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. Now we get whistles. Time has run out. The first quarter has come to an end. So a big 3rd down hookup takes us to the break. 6-0 is our score. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. Now a give up the middle. Fighting off defenders here. He'll churn forward and pick up 3. They face 2nd down and 7. To throw, it's Richardson. To the right side here, pass is caught. He's taken down just shy of the 10. They can still get a 1st down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. He pulls it in around the 5. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. His 6th touchdown now for the season.
And that was just a great drive, really from start to finish, Mike. You could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. A short one taken at the 10. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he continues to be a thorn in the side of defenses trying to stop him, currently second in the NFL in rushing. His drive will start on the ground, and he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. They'll look to throw. He's going to keep it himself. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. The defense has got it. The quarterback was on the move, starting to gain some yards, but then he lost the ball. And the fumble's recovered by the defense.
And early on, Mike, it was actually a really good job by the quarterback, extending that play, getting some positive yards with his legs, but he decided not to slide and give himself up. He takes that hit, loses the ball, and now the defense takes over.
First and 10. Here's Richardson. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Now Richardson gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. Now Richardson. That one hauled in. It's complete. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. He'll go left side here and complete this one. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. From the gun, Richardson. That one is caught beyond the pylon. Touchdown, Houston. That is 2nd touchdown of the game. This one number 7 on the year. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer. Because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Fires left sideline. That is complete. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
Throwing over the middle, this one is complete.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. That is downfield into the hands of Keon Coleman. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
So not quite 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10. They're pretty close. They'll look to throw yet again. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Back to the air one more time. Good blocking, and he's in. Touchdown. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
The PAT, up and good. And his guys move back to within 1. Here's Hardy now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. Here comes a return from the 3. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And a strong 1st down run, a pickup of 9, setting up 2nd and short. On the bootleg, it's Richardson. Quick throw here is complete. And he's going to be run out after a gain of about 6, but that'll be good enough for a 1st down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. On play action, Richardson. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. Catch number 7 so far in this one. And a 1st down.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice 1st down pickup.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Handoff here, up the middle, and he's going to be stuck well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely nowhere. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. They'll put a receiver in motion right. On 2nd down, Richardson. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. And it's recovered by one of his teammates.
Sometimes these games in the NFL, Mike, they get decided by simply how the ball bounces. I mean, how often do we see a quarterback in the pocket get strip sacked, and that ball ends up going the other direction? Fortunately for them, they can regroup, get back in the huddle, and live another day. Ball falls into the hands of his own guy, and they'll see if they can dodge this bullet.
And how about that? 3rd and a mile, and they convert and pick up a 1st down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Down inside the 10. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's 1st and goal. Richardson going to look to throw. It is brought in the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A 3rd touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late.
Kicker. Defense.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw. Looking for his tight end on the corner route. He's got it. He'll drop to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet. I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
They'll look to throw again. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Now they'll set up to throw. That one taken in by Douglas. That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 10 yards and a 1st down. He'll look to throw. Here's a shot toward the end zone. After that incomplete pass, we have a player shaken up. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff going to get a chance to look him over during the break. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Throwing now from the gun. Pressure gets there, and down he goes. Now another timeout called by this offense. They have 1 remaining, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining until halftime. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. Going down the center of the field, open man, and it's taken in. And he will score for the score. A terrific play all the way around, finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
They'll line it up to kick the extra point. He's got it. And his guys move back to within one. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touched back, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense and their big play wide out getting set for their next possession. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in the first half, it's resulted in a big play that is borne out by those eye-popping numbers. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. So a very tight first half, a one-point game here at the break. As we'll send you over to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman standing by. He's got the EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And that game tied at 7 in the second quarter. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. This one's been all you could hope for as an NFL fan. Just a one-point game here at halftime. This has been as much fun as you could hope for, with both these teams in it to win it.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. Now return coming from the 7. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The home team's offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. And you see the numbers for him into this third quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open and electric throughout. And he'll bring this across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. 3rd and 6. He'll try to run for it. Now a timeout for injury. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. And now here comes the punt team. That's taken at about the 14. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. This offense and their wide receiver heading back onto the field. He's been filling up the stat sheet on a weekly basis, hasn't he? You get a look at where he ranks in terms of receptions by a wideout. On first down, it's Richardson. And he's taken down, but not until he gets to the 32-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
They'll look to set up the screen here. Good-looking screenplay there, a gain of 11 and a first down.
All right, Mike, so the way they teach these screenplays to the offensive lineman is you got to stop the defender's feet. You just don't want him to get a free, clean rush to the quarterback because you're so worried about getting out in front of the back. Make him...
Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the third sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now it's third down. Now Richardson in trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front, because right now their pass protection is breaking down, and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
Fair catch made here. The drive will start at the 23-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Now a give on the ground. And he's just pushing guys out of the way, powering forward for a gain of 8. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They'll stick with him again. And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards. From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. Blitz coming. He'll throw it quickly to the outside and complete. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. Able to get loose after the catch for more yardage. That'll be a pickup of 21.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the 1st down.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. Pass completed to Douglas. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
At the 36-yard line.
Now, faking the give. To the right side here, pass is caught. 14 yards on that pass play there, and that will be a 1st down. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He keeps it himself. And the rookie gives himself up there at the end. That's a sign of a guy who's learned it quick. Picking up the 1st down.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the 1st down.
Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and we'll step out for a moment. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Oh, the blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive. And what once looked like a promising drive, following that sack, looks a little bit different now.
Good drive now faces a tough conversion. It is 3rd and long. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. This is caught at the 2.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line. Job number one on this drive, find a way to get the lead. They, of course, would have loved to score a touchdown, Mike. But 3 points here, that's a pretty good consolation prize as it moves him out in front.
And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. Up the middle they go. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. 2nd and 7. They send the tight end in motion. Throwing on 2nd down. Richardson going up top. And this will be incomplete.
He's going to wish he had that one back. I think his receiver got behind the defense, Mike, and had a lot of room to run, but he just put a little too much on it, and they're not able to connect. Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable, and as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Quick throw, taken in.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
Quick throw here is complete. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. Thrown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And that'll be a pickup of 3. Looking middle, he's got to complete to Coleman. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Back to throw. There's that man again. Another catch.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch. A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Here now, 3rd and 5. He'll drop to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. 10 yards, the gain on the pitch and catch. That's enough for a first down.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense, and you don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock, but the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the 4th quarter. with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that third down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up first downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball again.
Here's 2nd and 9. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to 3rd down.
That's the game of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
They'll try to get this one on the ground. They get 14 yards and set up 1st and goal.
4th quarter, you find yourself protecting a one-possession lead. It's a fine line, Mike, between do I keep the ball on the ground, continue to work the clock, or stay aggressive, try to extend this lead to a multiple possession game. That's the balance this play caller is dealing with right now. They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
They'll try the right side this time. Oh, making defenders look silly out there. On his way into the end zone. Has a touchdown. Greg, that's the way to handle it. Up 1, go down the field, get the touchdown, and extend the lead to 7.
Mike, the key for this offense is they were at their best when their best was needed. Being able to extend this lead late in the 4th quarter, they've got to be feeling pretty good about where things stand to close this game out.
The extra point, up and good. And his guys will make it a 2-score game as they are now up 9. Here's Carty now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. This team's offense ready to come back out for this next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
It's not just the blockers creating yards for him out there. He created most of that yardage on his own, shrugging off the initial tackle attempt and continuing to rumble downfield.
Richardson to throw it here on 1st down. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
So they go backwards on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 13. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. From the gun, Richardson. He'll try and get there on the ground. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
And that's a pretty good effort here on 3rd and long. He had nowhere to go down the field. The defense is playing real soft. He pulls it down and did all he could, but he's still going to end up being short of the 1st down.
And this one online, and it is good. And they are indeed back within 1 score.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
Now a run on first down. And a good tackle out wide will hold them to a gain of just 3. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Now they'll set up to throw. That's complete to Coleman. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge first down conversion. Fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
Putting one of their tight ends in motion left. Play clock has expired. They're not going to get this one off on
Delay
top.
of game, offense. Still first down.
They'll look to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. Slot man in motion right. They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. What a great gainer that is. He runs it down to the 5. Well, a touchdown here could be the capper to a victory. It is 1st and goal. Here's a run. He'll be wrapped up there down at the 3-yard line. Here's a timeout, Houston. That's their 2nd. Ball at the 3, 2nd down and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal. They'll run. And he will power his way into the end zone for the touchdown. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon.
And that's exactly how you stress all week, finishing a game. Get the ball and leave no doubt. But that late touchdown, Mike, that should all but just seal this victory away.
The offense staying put. They will go for 2.
The offense will line up for a 2-point conversion.
They'll drop to throw. This is caught. He's got it. And they tack 2 more onto their lead.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
Here's Cardi now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. A return now from the 4. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So now this team's offense ready to get back at it. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. On play action, Richardson. And that is incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
What about this crowd getting even louder before 3rd and 10? Throwing, Richardson. He's got his man down the field. It is still some hope. Keyword some. No timeouts. They need 2 scores, and it's 1st and 10. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Richardson. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. Here we go. 1st and goal. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. They'll try it again from the 2. 2nd and goal. Richardson gonna look to throw. And this is gonna be a touchdown. Hold everything. They are not done yet.
And with that late score, it's going to give them a little bit of late life here, Mike. But remember, the next series of events is very unlikely. They need to get the onside kick and then likely a Hail Mary situation. So while they definitely have a little bit of a chance, I think it's pretty slim.
Our home team 38, visitors 31.
They need a late recovery to have any chance. Here comes the onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
That was their last shot. They've got no timeouts left. Now the offense could just simply come take the field. Best play in football, Mike. Victory formation, take a couple knees, get on with the win.
And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.